Hello once again, this is Joanna. Welcome to your March readings. I have a couple of announcements, so this intro is going to be slightly longer, but there's good stuff here. Number one, first and foremost, thank you so much for watching, for coming back, for listening, for liking, for subscribing. For those of you who have booked a reading with me, thank you so much. You know who you are. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. March readings are different in a way that I have been asked to use completely different cards. I've never used them before. I actually bought them about 12-15 years ago when I was going through a pretty challenging time, and I kind of like them. I never in my life thought I was going to do these readings, certainly not on YouTube or live, or readings in general. And I was told very clearly to use these cards. Now, they have no numbers, they have no meanings, they have no symbology, they have nothing other than art in order to inspire certain emotion, to evoke certain feeling, and to prompt an intuition or intuitive prompting. In my case, it also starts the process of information flowing from my guides as far as feeling, hearing, and seeing and knowing. So I will show you these cards. They're called soul cards. There is soul cards. This is the first one, and I believe there's a soul cards 2. And you'll see, just like in this vision, there is nothing. There's no numbers. So the card will show up like this, and it'll evoke a certain feeling, image, words, and often a certain phrase that I will hear. So what I do with these cards is I hold them up to the screen so that you can look at them and see what emotion is evoked within you. Always listen to your intuition. Just because your interpretation is different than mine does not make mine or yours wrong or right. It simply means your information may be in addition to what I'm saying or instead of. So always listen to your intuition. I was very timid starting with these cards. I wasn't sure how I was going to like it. It's because there is no parameters. Mind you, I'm not one that fits within certain categories, so it's actually should have been no surprise to me that I would really like them, because the moment I started the first reading, I actually loved them. I loved the energy. I loved how it was just so easy for me to hear. It was just an instant flow. I wasn't bogged down by any numbers, any dates, any wording. It was there's nothing for me to interpret. It was just pure information flow. So I hope you like them. Please let me know, and maybe I will keep this for a while, or until my guide tells me to go and do something else, which is what he always does. And I just kind of go, okay, you know what you're doing, and I just follow. It's called trust. Now, the other thing is exciting, that on March 20th, I'm going to be debuting my very first radio show. That is March 20th, which is a Monday. It's going to happen every other Monday at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. This show is going to be live. It is going to be archived, and I will post this also on my YouTube channel, so you can also listen to it afterwards. When it's live, some of the sessions will have a component of me doing a reading live, so you can call in, or doing a reading with somebody else so that you guys can call in. On Monday, my first show, I will be interviewing a lady, a phenomenal soul. Her name is Stephanie, and we're going to talk everything inspirational, and also everything, not creation, yes, but manifesting. So we will talk about her story. She's just super funny and just amazing. And we will talk everything about manifesting. We might even take a caller or two live to give free readings, or whatever it happens to be at the time. Point is, I would encourage you to listen to it, because the show is for you. When Spirit asked me to do the show, and I said, what the heck for? It was very clear to me that my work, however it's going to transpire, is something that you have been asking for, maybe not in a specific way, through me. And the show is all about empowering and inspiring people. And this is going to be done through messages from Spirit, information that I have gone through and interviewing different individuals who have inspiring stories. So what I would like to do is I would like to ask you to send me your ideas about what it is that you would like to see on the show. So send me an email. That information is down below for you, with a subject line radio show idea. And every time I implement the idea live, I will mention your name unless you ask me not to. So since this is for you, it only makes sense that I include and involve you in this process as much as possible. And I also think it's going to be fun. It's going to be, certainly when I use your ideas and you hear it, I think it just creates a certain involvement and an inclusivity, and I always want to be as inclusive as possible. And I think that's all I have. I don't want to talk too much because it's already way longer intro than any other intro, but I hope you can appreciate what it is that I was trying to say. Of course, these are general readings. If you would like more readings, I have videos on Vimeo for very small fee, and some of those are projections for 6 months, some of those are projections for 3 months for relationships, and I have those links included down below as well. Without further ado, let's get started with March reading. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, as always. And if you would like to contact me privately, that information is also down below. And I will see you in a moment. Stay tuned. Welcome, sign of Cancer. This is going to be reading for the month of March 2017 for sun sign, moon sign, and your rising sign. I have my 4 cards laid down, my new cards that I'm using. And let's see what we have. When I was shuffling the cards and meditating on your sign, I kept hearing the word mother. And now I'm hearing the word deceased. For some of you, you must have a mother or a mother figure that is, I'm supposed to say, I actually hear the word she's looking after you. So some of you have a mother who is on the other side, or some of you have a female person who was like a mother to you or was very motherly to you. For it could be stepmother as well, but anything to do with an energy of a mother. I'm also being shown whoever, I'm seeing actually the letter M as in Mary in the name. This could be first letter or any letter in the name, first or last, though I am being pointed more towards the first. And I also see the letter O, so it may be O and M, or O or M, or anything of that nature. But I'm also being shown a significant necklace, and I actually hear the word religious. So for some of you, there is a necklace that is connected to a mother or a mother figure or grandmother. And this necklace has a religious connotation. Doesn't mean that you are religious. It just means that for whatever reason, I'm being asked to talk about a religious component to whatever this necklace is. I'm also seeing the number 7, which of course is July, which of course when your guys' birthdays are, for most of you. But if 7 resonates with you more so than July, perhaps the number date 7, 17, 27th, anything of that sort, that's being brought forward. And for some of you, whoever the mother figure is, I am hearing the word congratulations on job well done. So some of you are being congratulated for something, and this is something very significant, and this is something very specific. For some of you, it's to do with birthing a new idea. Some of you, it's birthing a child or a grandchild, or this would be her grandchild. And again, I'm hearing the number 7. Maybe some of you will be giving birth in July, or the number 7 again as a date is being shown very prominently. And let's start with the cards. So the first card is the overall energy card. So what I will do, which is like what I did with the other signs, I don't see what the card is. I will hold the card to the screen so you can see it. And whatever comes to you intuitively right away, notice if you have any feelings that may signify what the card means to you. Then I will go on and explain what I feel from the card, which could be different than what you're feeling. And it doesn't make it wrong or right. It just means that you may be picking up other information based on what you're seeing or in addition to what you're seeing. So, very interesting. So this is the card. As you can see, there's no numbers, there's no words, there's nothing here other than a art that is meant to evoke a certain feeling or intuitive prompting. When I look at this card, first and foremost, when I look at this card, the prominent colors are green and actually he says to me yellow. I don't see yellow, but I suppose there is a bit of yellow here, which makes the green much more bright. He actually said the word yellow. So for whatever reason, that's important, but it's predominantly green, white, and I want to say charcoal or dark. And what this represents to me is a lot of healing. Healing on the physical body, healing on the mental and spiritual body, and healing of the emotions. I also hear the word let yourself go, and also let it go. So let me just tune deeper into this card. I hear the word freedom of expression. Freedom of expression when it comes to love. And then I hear the word relationship. So some of you, the overall energy is going to be around expressing yourself within a relationship in a particular manner that makes you feel alive. And that's the words I'm hearing. Now, whether you are in a relationship for quite some time, whether you are a brand new relationship, or whether you are in, you are single. This could be relationship with somebody else, but it can also signify relationship with yourself. And for many of you, this is going to be relationship with yourself. And I feel that there's a lot of healing going on and has been going on. I hear the words 3, so that's 3 years or 3 months. For some of you, it's going to be 3 years. For some of you, it's going to be 3 months. And then I hear the word September. So something has transpired in September. This could be last September or a September at some point. And from that, you are healing. And I feel the month of March is a culmination of a lot of experiences that are coming forward. And I hear the word rejoice, but I just want to tap into the the experiences coming forward. Okay, what I'm hearing is that a lot of experiences from the past, particularly regarding hurt, is coming up to surface in order for it to be healed. And again, I'm hearing the word relationships. So whatever you're going through, or whatever you will be going through in the month of March, is very much, I hear the word apropos, which is I don't use, to inner healing, and also for some of you, outer healing. So some of you, this will be healing of mind, body, and soul. And for some of you, it would be body. For some of you, it will be soul and emotions. But there's a lot of healing energies here. And there's a lot of focus on freedom of expression. And what I hear and feel is that in the past, you have been tied down. Now, this means, because what I'm seeing is a person who is tied down and they're unable to freely be themselves or freely express themselves. And if you look at this vision again, this person could probably female, not necessarily, but probably female. She is basically, she looks like she's dancing and she's very expressive. And the energy I get from this is absolute joy and, well, freedom of expression. So I'm going to leave this card because we have 3 more. And that is the overall energy for the month of March 2017. Of course, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody, but I would really tune into it at the end of the month and see if it made sense to you. The next card is a card that signifies obstacles or opportunities. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this card and see what comes up for you when you look at it. When I look at this card, the very first thing I hear is blind love. The predominant colors of this card is orange, yellow. There is some redness, but predominantly orange and yellow. And what I feel is that a lot of your anxieties and a lot of your past mistakes have prevented you from, number one, being true to yourself, which also translates being true to yourself within a relationship. Now, why am I taking this there? Because what I feel is that some of you are going to be experiencing within relationships, I'm hearing love relationships, a closer pull towards the other person. Now, again, whether you are freshly with somebody or whether you've been with somebody for quite some time, there seems to be a draw towards this person. And I will cover singles in a second. And when I look at this card, the person who seems to be holding their eyes, it has wings. Okay. And this to me signifies divine, not intervention, but divine help, divine guidance, divine guidance. That's what I'm getting. And I hear the words trust. So if you are in a relationship, and perhaps you will be taking your relationship to the next level, you are being asked to trust the process. Hence why, you being a little bit blindfolded, but also so is the other person. And what I also hear is the word rebuilding trust. So if you are in a relationship, you may have had experiences in the past where your trust has been what's the word I'm looking for, please? Undermined. And it's quite possible that the person you are with, their trust has been undermined too. So both of you could be dealing with some kind of trust challenges. And that seems to be coming up in or around the month of March. However, it is, although it's being shown to me as an obstacle, I actually hear it's an opportunity to expand your views of yourself and therefore views of the relationship that you are in. So there's definitely a challenge will come up that will allow you to expand if you can look beyond it, or if you can look beyond the obvious and trust the process. And it is to do with trust, incidentally enough. I don't know, guys, but ever since last few months, every time I do readings, my nose is itching every single time. And I don't know if that's just spirit is externalizing itself on me that way or not. But if you experience something similar as far as itching on face, let me know, because it's driving me nuts. Because every time I have to do this, it's driving me nuts. But anyway, back to the reading. Again, I hear the words, let yourself be free. So there's definitely an obstacle that will arise for some of you that will challenge your belief system and also challenge your trust. But I also hear the words, don't go for the jugular, which is interesting phrase. Look beyond the obvious. Look beyond the obvious. So, I'm going to leave this because that can translate itself into 1,000 different ways depending on what each situation is. Now I'm going to cover for those of you who are single. And what I hear the words are, trust yourself in this process. Whatever process you will be going through, or whatever process you are undergoing or going through, there seems to be a challenge that will come up that will make you doubt yourself, make you doubt your decisions, make you doubt the next step. And I feel like my hands are tied. Not that my hands are tied, no, because that would imply that I have no control. I just feel like I can't see forward. I feel like I literally have blinders on my eyes, so I can't see forward. And what's being said here is trust the process. Trust your intuition. Your intuition your intuition knows exactly what's happening. Trust your intuition. So, this covers both different areas, different people. notice if something comes up for you in the month of March. And again, if this is making no sense to you at the beginning of the March, it probably won't. It'll make sense to you for some of you as early as halfway through the month, and definitely towards the end of the month. Now I'm going to move on to actions that you need to take in order to overcome your challenges or obstacles. And again, I'm going to hold the card. So this is the card. Predominant colors are blue and yellow. So there seems to be a bit of theme here. Yellow is the color of your solar plexus chakra, which is the third chakra. This chakra is responsible, or it is connected or associated, shall I say, with things like confidence, self-empowerment, or how you feel about yourself. Your fears lie a lot in this particular area. Self-expression and how you express or not express yourself and individuality is connected to this particular chakra. Your expression and your creativity is very much associated with this chakra. So there seems to be a lot of yellow undertones, which tells me that when it comes to relationships, at least in the past, you have had difficulties, number one, expressing yourself freely, but also trusting yourself within a relationship, or trusting a person within a relationship. And that seems to be coming to surface in the month of March. And what's interesting is when I hold these two cards together, this is how they're placed on my desk. And notice that this person is faced away from this situation. And when I hear, and again, when I look at the card, first of all, I hear the word expansion. So you are expanding, or the obstacle will allow you to expand your views, which was what I believe was said earlier. But also, I hear the words very clearly. Look beyond the obvious. Look past the obvious. And again, those words were said earlier, I believe, with this card. So as far as actions, what to take when an obstacle does come up is, again, the word trust and look beyond the obvious. So there is something here that's going to come up for you, that's going to challenge you potentially. But at the same time, will have the ability to free you from some limiting beliefs and some limiting self-sabotaging, perhaps, or also behaviors from the past within a relationship, also with a relationship within yourself. Now, the next card is outcome or advice, and I'm going to ask what they're asking me to say. Outcome, interesting. Okay, so again, I'm going to hold this card. I haven't seen this card yet. Notice what you see. Okay. You may not see very much, but just notice what comes up to you or for you intuitively. And then I'm going to tune into this card. There's green, blue and green here. This is a color of expression. It's your throat chakra. Let me just tune into this card. What I see when I look into this card, first and foremost, again, there seems to be almost a divine presence, divine angelic presence, if you want to call it. And this is what I'm seeing as the angelic presence. And this is potentially you. But what I see here is the person this person, I feel like she's playing an instrument here, right? This here to me looks like an instrument when I look at it up close. And the instrument is very much a form of expression, which was talked about a moment ago. And this person is allowing him or herself to express his or her individuality in a way that feels comfortable and that is unique. And everyone's expression is unique because we're all individuals and we're all very unique. There's not one person that is alike. And this expression is being, it's like you're supported, you're divinely guided and supported. Incidentally, all these colors are mostly, browns and white, but this angelic presence has a lot of blue or turquoise. It's in between this. It's in between turquoise and blue. It connects with me with these, with this here, with the throat, and that is, this is a throat. Sorry, this is a chakra that's associated with expression. I'm having a bit of a difficult time here with so much energy, so please forgive me if I stumble. He's just asking me to look at something else here. He's saying to me, look how she's sitting and she's kneeling. She's kneeling, and the way I connect with her is her body posture makes me feel like I'm trying this. This is something new for me. This is a new form of expression. It is, although it is new, it feels strangely familiar. So the outcome here is basically saying that however you choose to express yourself and your individuality in the next few months, but particularly in the month of March, or however you choose to express yourself, is basically your soul's way of allowing itself to be free. I don't know why the word free comes up. Now, when we talk about expression, we're not talking about playing a guitar necessarily. It can, but that's not really what's talked about. There's a much deeper message here. The message here is allow yourself to be you. Allow yourself to be you. And then I get this sense that you have been bound by outdated beliefs and outdated belief system that has kept you trapped within yourself and therefore limited you within a relationship. So the outcome here is potentially that you will learn how to express yourself individually within a relationship. So this seems to be a very much relationship-based reading. However, he's saying to me this can also apply to an area around work. You may have been kept hostage by your fears up until this point, and something is going to come up in the month of March where your fears or the sense of trust is going to come up to surface in order to be released so that you can start embodying your true self in your environment. And this could be within a relationship, love relationship, or it could be within a relationship with your work or your coworkers or in a job. So this message can be taken to pretty much virtually any area because it is about expression of self. It being an individual, allowing yourself to be an individual, meaning don't put yourself in a don't try to be like somebody else. In other words, so individual expression and also freedom of expressing your individuality. That seems to be the theme for March. But again, he's asking me to look at this card, and if you look at this person looks like she is just trusting the experience, trusting the environment. She's fully allowing herself or himself to be her or him. Very individual. And I think that's all I have. It's an interesting message, to be honest with you. There's a lot of energies here, and I feel like I'm kind of stumbling around my words. But I trust always that Spirit knows what they're talking about, even though most of the time I don't. So please do let me know if this makes sense to you and how you can make a comment down below. Of course, this is a general reading, so it won't apply to all of you. Feel free to listen to your other signs because it will offer you a greater picture or a much rounder picture of your situation. And if you would like a private session, by all means, please contact me. I will be honored to have a session with you. Thank you for watching, for sharing, for liking, and for subscribing. As you know, and I will always say this, without you, I wouldn't do this. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Have a wonderful month of March, and I look forward to seeing you in April. Take care.